Hey folks, welcome back. We're going to be continuing with our Ecto build. Yeah, coming along. We're going to be doing stage 55. Yeah. So let's get started. Get what we're going to be doing in 55. We're going to just start saying stages that we're on. So at this point, that's what we're doing, stages. Stage 55. Okay, well, first, before we begin, this is the ANPRC 41 radio, military radio. My friend Tom Miller used to have one like this. He was a big ham radio guy. Really liked his radios. Okay, so 55. So what we're going to do, we're going to do some modifications to this, though, because you know me, I just have to do it. So if it comes off of here, okay. So there is a modification. I like the green box. I know the original car had a little bit of an open, that the green box was lost. I don't know. I guess it's the civil defense per guy. I mean, I just still like the green box, so I'm just going to keep it. Let me go show you what I'm going to do here with this section here. So let me get my tweezers because that probably about the best thing. I'm always losing parts, folks. I just stay losing parts. So we're going to be painting this black, this black, 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 black. Okay. Hold it the right way. This is going to stay green. This will be black, just the top of it. Black, black, black. These two pieces black. That's going to be black. Black, black. And that's going to be silver. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to get my side camera. And we're all going to have a good time watching me try to do this. I'll probably fast forward through this section of it just so that the video won't be too long. Okay, now we're back with the build. Now we got to insert this piece. Now, if you look at the bottom, there's a little notch. And there's a notch here. And that's when the notch fits in where over the little pin. Kind of like to line it up. Yeah, well, what it's supposed to do is going to do. Okay, now it's in. Okay, good. Now we're going to secure that at the bottom with a 1DP screw. Okay. Let's get our little screwdriver out. And that one. There we go. 1DP screw. Right, cruising along. Right there at the bottom. Go ahead and secure that with a DP screw. Okay. Okay, here's the mod. So let's get all this. What we want to be clear that we need to do is that this is the length of wire. That didn't work. Let's just get the length of wire that the Ecto build came in. So you see, that's about how long it's going to need to be. So the rule of thumb for me is that if we're going to wind this up, we need to double its size. Kind of hold right there, and then kind of come like right there. So we're going to go about that long, and hopefully that would be long enough, a little bit longer. Longer the better, because when we call this, it's going to have to come up to be at least this size so the phone can hook up in the Ecto. Now I'm bringing our little radio piece, which is completely dry at this point, back over. Little pinhole here, pinhole there, here pinhole there, pinhole everywhere, pinhole. Definitely want to line it up though. Okay, you'll feel it when it goes in. We're gonna play with our little phone cord there in a minute. And get the DP screws. There's gonna be 2 DP screws at the bottom. Secure this radio end, and then that is it for this one. It's been a day, and I'm going to stand it up on a little mat. Come over here underneath here. There's 2 holes. You just simply, without breaking the little piece that we put in. Okay, get that piece started. Had I not done the modifications, it wouldn't have went in, wouldn't have took that long. Now, one of these flex tubes here at the top, this will be a little modification. Okay. I gotta turn back on the light. I'll never see. Where the heck did it go to? Alright. I gotta grab my little tweezers. There we go. I'm gonna do a mod. I'm gonna connect this little flex tubes right to the top of this thing. And just a little super glue. And to do that, I'm gonna take this piece out. I fought so nicely to get out, because one I'm gonna put straight down there, like that. And then the other one I'm going to connect. So let me go and run this little tube all the way down, like that. Nice and tight. Okay. And then this one, I'm going to run kind of like similar to like we just did that one. Push it in there. Make sure that the camera's right. I may be talking, I can't see a thing. Good, it is right. Okay, I gotta get it like right there. There we go. Just fell right on my leg. I mean, I just stabbed myself with the piece of it went right on my leg. That did not feel good. Okay, now. Okay, now we cut the tube. Take the tube that we cut. I'm going to put it right in there. Yeah. Right there. Let's see. I'm going to do something here. Let me get my little drill bits. Drill. Because I'm going to drill a hole in it. So I can put in here. Be right back while I set up my drill. On second thoughts, folks, I can't get my drill in there to drill a hole straight. I have to remove everything. I would rather go back to the dentist than do that. Okay, so put what they call a drop of super glue. I'm gonna put a ring of super glue. Grab my little tube over here. Hold it. Just just gonna let it glue right there. Then I'll come back and I'll put the radio on later. So I'll end this little thing in there. Just as I was wrapping up the build, ran across this little bag and I go, what the heck is it for? Well, me and my coil wires just keep having more and more fun. Guess where they go? They go right there on the little thing, folks, on this little receiver. That receiver, I keep moving. Why, you saw that? Did you see that? It just flew right off of there. That's fantastic. Wonder if I could repeat that. Nah. Yep, get my little tweezers out. Put this little one right there on the little one, and that is it. Yep. We're going to have to use some glue. That's just not snug enough. But that's where they go. Boy, I tell you, when it's just not your day, it's just not your day. See, the best part, I guess you're wondering, why don't you just take it out? That's probably, whoa! Oh, that was lucky. That's exactly what I'm going to have to do. There we go. Now, it's in there. That was that part. Yeah, just a little bitty piece and all that work. But again, it could have been avoided had I not just installed the Mike's Mods carpets before I put everything in there. Yeah, learn from my mistakes. Again, get the carpets. Put them in before you fool around with this stuff. But I think the modifications came out good. And hey, you get behind the scenes access on my Patreon channel there. So I put a link down there. It's not required, but that's where I do a lot of my behind the scenes. The things you see you fast forward, I'm going to upload them there. And so that's just to help with the channel, and I would appreciate it. And hey, it's not required. Still got my videos free of charge. Hit the subscribe button, notification, like button, and hey, it's on. By the way, it's only $1 to join the Patreon. I'm not going to keep advertising it, but that's to help the channel grow and help with some of the bills that I want to do. Hey, I thank you for watching, and hey, may the good news be yours.